Everyone, there is an important concept to understand in investing, which is where you get your validation from. The problem in investing is a lot of people get their validation from price, the price of an asset. And the problem with getting your validation from price is it means you're always buying assets at more expensive prices. So what people do is they wait till something is hot, like Nvidia stock, and then they buy it because it's red hot and it's going up and up and up. But by the time that they realize that it's red hot and it's going up and up and up, it's already gone up and up and up. And they tend to buy it and then it cools off. And then it cools off and it becomes not exciting to them anymore. And eventually they get excited about Tesla. But they get excited about Tesla because Tesla's way up. And so you end up when you're constantly chasing price validation, you tend to buy assets at much more expensive prices because you're always buying them after the price is validated that it's red hot. Well, there's obviously no bad time to buy Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin's the best performing asset in the world, no matter when you buy it. But you obviously get a lot more upside if you buy Bitcoin before it's red hot than if you buy it after it's red hot. So the question is, how do you buy it before it's red hot? One second. Well, the answer is you get your validation by something other than price. So right now, the price of Bitcoin is $86,000 a coin, which is super, super, super cheap. Now, the fundamentals are like unbelievably, insanely awesome right now. The United States just set up a strategic Bitcoin reserve, the largest and most powerful economy in the world, the largest military in the world. Like the U.S. is the number one country in the world, and 2 days ago, we set up a strategic Bitcoin reserve. The comptroller of the currency announced yesterday that banks and financial institutions can now custody Bitcoin on behalf of their clients, which means now Trustmark and Regions Bank and Bank Plus and Wells Fargo, they can all now custody Bitcoin, which means it'll take them some time. Obviously, it's not like they're going to do that overnight, but in the future, you will be able to go to your bank and say, hey, I want to buy $1,000 of Bitcoin. And your bank can hold Bitcoin on your behalf, just like Coinbase and everything else can. Um, Also, the fundamentals of the Bitcoin network, rock solid, record highs, everything that matters. So the only thing that is not record high right now in Bitcoin is price. So if you are looking at the fundamentals of is the network decentralized? Is it transferring trillions of dollars of value? Is it rock solid? Is it unhackable? Is it permissionless? Are all the fundamentals that makes Bitcoin an amazing way to store and transport value anywhere in the world instantly. If your validation is all of that amazing, then you're buying Bitcoin right now at 86,000 a coin. If your validation is you have to wait for the price to go way up to feel good about it because it validates that all the amazing things that we all know right now are reflected in the price, it means you're buying Bitcoin at 110,000, 120,000, 150,000 a coin because it's red hot. So, is Bitcoin at some point going to be red hot? Yes, it will. It will because the fundamentals are so strong that it's inevitable eventually it will be red hot. But the question is, are you buying red hot Bitcoin after a 2 month run where it rockets from 86,000 to 150, and then you're buying at 150 because the price is validating the awesomeness, or are you willing to do the work right now? Read the books, listen to the podcasts, go through the 78-page document that I've put on the internet for you, that's pinned to my Facebook page, to understand all of the fundamental values of Bitcoin. If you're willing to do the work now, then you can get the validation and the conviction to buy Bitcoin when it's a heck of a lot cheaper. If price is always your validator, you're always buying assets at expensive prices. This is not unique to Bitcoin. This goes for all assets. If you can get your conviction on Tesla stock, Amazon stock, Nvidia, Microsoft, Google, uh, Facebook, if you can get your conviction on why you believe that value, the asset is incredibly undervalued and why it's an incredibly good time to buy, if you can get that from fundamentals, then you can buy cheap assets. So it's not unique to Bitcoin, but Bitcoin is probably a much more apparent because it's a much newer asset than those others. And it's just, the upside of Bitcoin is absolutely insane, meaning you get a lot of near-term volatility. You also get a lot more people that are just looking at Bitcoin's price for validation of its fundamentals. So Now's an incredibly good time to buy Bitcoin. 86,000 a coin. In my opinion, that is super insanely cheap, but it's only insanely cheap for the people who understand Bitcoin and are willing to do the work to understand that it's on sale. If you're waiting for price to be a validator, then you're waiting for record highs, and record highs, which is fine. It just means the same Bitcoin you can buy right now for $86,000, you're buying in the future for $120,000 or $150,000. So please get your conviction around Bitcoin by hard work, because it means you can buy Bitcoin a lot cheaper, which means you're a lot better off long term. And the price appreciation and purchasing power of your Bitcoin ends up being a lot higher. Have a great day, everyone. Thanks.